Gimmicks sell products, and within the physical media world, we've all become accustomed to the gimmick. But have we got to a point now where physical media's survival is reliant upon a gimmick? Especially in the 4K Ultra HD world? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and another discussion video. Yes, this one about gimmicks. Yeah, those sort of attractive things that pull us into buying a piece of physical media, a piece of film. Used to be back in the day that we didn't have gimmicks, right? It was just the film with lovely, nice artwork to entice us in, lovely poster image. But as the years have progressed, we've stepped more and more into the world of getting gimmicks to sell us a product. Now, back in the VHS time, this wasn't overly prevalent, but you got a few. You got a few special edition releases that were somewhat gimmicky. You had the Aliens face hugger box set. You had the Star Trek. A Star Wars set, that came in the tin, the Executor edition or whatever it was called. You had items like that, okay, to sell products, but the industry wasn't based around that. It wasn't that wasn't a major part of the industry. But we stepped into the world of DVD. DVD was big, and obviously along came a few gimmicks in that world as well. We got a few to look at here in a minute before we continue discussion when I get break to have a look at them. And then obviously we've stepped into the world of Blu-ray and 4K, and especially with 4K now, right? Because a lot of stuff with 4K is gimmick reliant. It relies on the sale of something else to get you to buy that product. And, you know, we're not living in this world of just an amateur release of the film, of a film, and that is good enough. We're expected to pay more, to buy more. To have something a little bit more special, something gimmicky. Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about, really. That's what I want to get into. Now, like I said, I haven't got anything in the way of VHS anymore that is gimmicky. All my VHSs have gone. But you step into the world of DVD, and you did get stuff like steelbooks, much akin to this one that I'm holding here, which is obviously a embossed steelbook. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick to get you to buy something a little bit different, okay? And then we had items like this, the Reservoir Dogs set. Now this is a DVD set as well, and as you can see, it came in a tin that looks much like a petrol can. Mad Max had one too, much akin to this, very similar, and it was there to sell you it, to give you it something different. But because sales of DVD were huge, it wasn't a product that was relied upon. It was something special that you know, a few people could gravitate towards and get, and just feel, oh, I've got something a little bit different in the collection. But then we had things like this come. We had things like this Fantastic Four set, the first Fantastic Four film, which came with figures and things like that. Yes, it's a gift set and whatnot, but it's still gimmicky. It still wants you to buy something else to sell the film. Although again, the sales of the film were pretty damn good back then in the day of DVD, and they didn't need to do this. So it was an edition. It was a collector's edition aside to the main release. Okay, but now when we step into the world of Blu-ray, obviously we have slip covers, limited slip covers to sell you the product. We have some booklets inside that you're only getting the first printing releases there to sell you the product. We have slip covers with lenticular art on. This will be a 4K, but you get the drift. Lenticular art to sell you the product over another product. Obviously, steelbooks are now a very big thing, stepping into the world of 4K. Items like that. We have the collector's edition sets that come with a lovely outer box with a whatever it may, art cards, postcards, posters, whatever it is in there to sell you it. also. Also steelbooks within that, some without. We have collector sets like this that come with thick books, commenting on the films and all that sort of a thing. In the world of like I said, steelbooks, it isn't just steelbooks, is it? Because you have steelbooks like this with a bit of difference, with artwork that creates two kind of artworks, where you have the slip that is gives you something extra in the way of art. It's all gimmicks. It's all gimmicks, okay? Another edition that's, you know, steelbook. I don't know if they've got a book in it. It's got a book in it and bits like that to sell you the product. And big sets like this, you know, steelbook sets in outer metallic boxes to sell you the product. It's all based around gimmicks. Is that what the future holds for physical media? Because it seems to be going down that route now. Obviously, there was a day when the gimmicky stuff was special. It was kind of like, you know, majority of the stuff is just bulk standard releasing that people were happy with, and now you've got into the realm of having to give something more to sell these products. Yeah, the 4K world is rife with it. Okay, you cannot be a 4K collector without stepping on this stuff wherever you go. So how would the industry survive without this? How would product sales go if they weren't reliant upon this stuff? Now, you have to take yourself out of the world of the consumer, okay? And you need to step into the business world, into the mindset of the businesses. They're there to make money, right? They are there to make money. And whilst the physical media world is shrinking as a whole, these companies have to look at other means to try and get the money out of your pockets. In essence, right, what was once a thriving beast is now nothing but almost a carcass on the floor being picked at by vultures. The collectors that are left are the carcass, and the vultures are the companies who are swooping in to get whatever they can out of the collector. And as they try and get more and more out of the collector, more people step away through the cost of living and crisis like this, getting fed up with it, etc., etc. And there's less and less meat on to pick from, us being the remaining pieces of meat, of flesh, until there's nothing left. And then the vultures go away because there's nothing more they can get out of people. Because at the moment, yes, we are seeing a wealth of releases. I know that, right? But they have to have, majority of them have to have a gimmick to sell you. And this is the problem now. This is what it's become. Very much like this. The comic world has done exactly the same thing, has been through exactly the same thing. Everything that you get here, lenticular covers, metallic covers, die-cut cases, die-cut, you know, holographic covers. It's all been there in the comic world to sell product, till people got fed up with it and went back to just buying bulk standard comics. We're coming to an era now in the comics where, yeah, there's gimmicks to sell the comics more prevalent now than there was before, primarily being the alternate cover choices that you have, the variant covers. And we're now seeing that stepping into the world of physical media with the releases of Deadpool and Wolverine, 2 covers to choose from at the same time. Sonic 3, 2 covers to choose from at the same time. I'm sure that we will probably see more of these as time goes on. But are you attracted to the gimmicks? Because, yeah, I fall for it. I fall for these gimmicks. Obviously, I do. You know, I've just shown you a load. Obviously, I have fallen for them. The film isn't enough. You want something special. You want something to make that edition of your favorite films to stand out for you, to speak to you, to, you know, to actually say, look at this. It's a lovely edition. I love it. It's better than the Amarays, which it is, you know. But we're buying it for everything. We're buying it for the films that we don't really need to buy it for. Okay, we've become attuned to buying this stuff, and this is where the problem lies, because people are going to get burnt out. people are going to get burnt out on this stuff as it continues, as the rollout, as the push continues. Now, I've said it before, okay, and people don't like hearing the rhetoric that physical media is dying. I've never said physical media is dead. Physical media won't be dead. If physical media stopped tomorrow, all sales of physical media, it isn't going to be dead. It's still going to be alive in the back catalogue titles that people can still go out and get and enjoy. There's still life in it yet. Is it dying? Yes. Is it shrinking? Yes. Whatever term you want to use, okay? Shrinking, dying, it's the same thing. Okay, when a species decreases to a point in nature that its numbers are small, it's facing extinction. What is extinction but death? And to get there, it's a shrinkage, okay? And there's chances of it bouncing back, but not bouncing back to what we've seen. That's never gonna be a thing, right? It would bounce back to something rather expensive, something very, very niche, where a lot of people will have jumped off as time goes by because people can't afford to keep up with it. And that's one of the main problems. And the more gimmicks that you introduce, the more expense is going to be put into these products. So why is it that we've come to a point that the film itself isn't good enough for a lot of people? Why is it that we chase after the slip covers or the still books? You know, why do we do this? You know, why are we focused on that part of it? It adds to it, of course it does, right? I'm not taking away from that. You know, like I said, I've got a lot of lovely releases and I've bought releases for that specific reason. But it's kind of like someone holding up a shiny thing and something else being attracted to said shiny thing and going and get it because it's glittery, it's nice, okay? Like I said, I am, you know, all for a nice edition, a nice release, or at least I was, and I still will be to a degree going down the line. But is this what the future holds? Is this where the money's to be made to keep physical media alive? Is it in these special format, special edition, fancy Dan, gimmicky releases? If that's the case, then, you know, great, all good for it for as long as it lasts. But how many people don't get stuff out of these gimmicks? How many people don't even go for this gimmicky stuff? I know there's people out there that don't, but, you know, are we foolish for going for it? Us buying these films that, you know, when you really ask yourself, do you need them like that? Is it one of your favourite films? Is it a top film for you? Because I can go through all of mine and I can tell you, no, why did I buy this like this? I can't really tell you why I bought it like it, other than it came out, it was there, it was available. That's not really the right reasoning, is it? Other items I can say to you, I love this film. You know, I love this film series for its good and its bad. And I can say, yeah, I couldn't, you know, I'm happy with that release. Others not so much. So where do you sit on this? Do you think that you know, there's too much of a gimmicky thing now in the sales of physical media? It's very top heavy in that way. And you know, I don't know whether that's a good thing or whether it's a bad thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.